Edge at 11 starts now.
Tonight on The Edge, it was a wild crash that snarled traffic on westbound I-94. Two women were inside that vehicle when it flipped over and over again.
Initial reports say the driver fell asleep behind the wheel. Tonight, they want to set the record straight. Fox 2's Jessica Dupnack with their story.
It sure is hard to believe that the sisters inside of a tumbling SUV lived to tell their story. But here they are, and they want to clear some things up.
I just remember praying.
All you can do once this happens.
And then it just starts rolling over. And, you know, after that, everything is pretty much a blur.
Taylor Scott's face disfigured from the crash. She didn't want to show it on camera. Beneath the blur, she's launched partially out her window, the SUV smashing her face into the road. Then she's left dangling.
She's pretty much knocked out. She was breathing hard. She's bleeding out of her face on the sides and everything, and I noticed her ear was gone.
Older sister Terrion Samuel was the passenger. She'd just gotten off a midnight shift when her sister picked her up. They were traveling the route they always do, off I-94 near 9 Mile, when this happened 2 weeks ago.
To be honest, I'm not used to this at all. I'm used to looking in the mirror and seeing something that I like.
Taylor's ear is gone. She had an 11-hour skin graft surgery to repair her severely injured face.
They pulled skin from my back and covered my face, so I'm one-eared right now. And at some point, I believe I'll have two again. I'm hoping.
Initially, when this happened, we reported, per Michigan State Police, that Taylor fell asleep at the wheel. But the sisters say this.
I want to clear up that my sister didn't fall asleep, that she is a great driver, that's number one, and the axle on the car broke.
The airbags never went off. Terrion suffered a bulging disc, bumps, and bruises. Her sister lost her ear, her teeth, broke her jaw, and other bones on her face. She just started speaking 2 days ago.
I'm trying to spend every day with her, trying to recover, and said we're best friends other than sisters, so right now, this is our new normal. We're figuring it out together, just like everything else.
Taylor will spend at least another 2 weeks in the hospital and a very long road to recovery ahead. You heard her say that she hopes to get hearing back in that ear that was lost. Jessica Dupnack on The Edge.
I forgive him, you know what I'm saying? I just hope that he forgive himself. He need to forgive himself, and, you know, he need to repent and ask God for forgiveness, because he ain't, you know, his life is through without it.
A local husband and father with a message of forgiveness for a suspected drunk driver accused of killing his wife. Police say 32-year-old Desiree Jones was hit head-on while driving home from work early Thursday morning. The crash happening on Michigan Avenue near Lilly in Canton. The driver, a 37-year-old man from Ypsilanti, was injured but is expected to recover. Police say he has a suspended license and a history of alcohol offenses. His case now heads to the Wayne County Prosecutor's Office to review possible charges.
A Westland man is facing charges in a crash that claimed the lives of a mother and daughter in Shelby Township. Investigators say 33-year-old Jose Medina Hernandez was driving a box truck on M53 near 22 Mile when he rear-ended a vehicle. The crash triggered a chain reaction involving two other cars. 88-year-old Nancy Richmond and her 63-year-old daughter, Crystal Brunn, were killed. Medina Hernandez was charged with 2 misdemeanors. His bond has been set at $250,000.
A woman scorned, accused of a deadly attack. It was a horrific crime. A home intentionally firebombed, allegedly out of spite.
And trapped inside was an innocent woman. Fox 2's Lauren Edwards with the story.
As stated in the investigator's report, this defendant decided that she wanted to make her ex-boyfriend, quote, feel her pain, which she was able to do on the 3rd of June.
31-year-old Cinnamon Rig Maiden was charged in connection to a fatal house fire on Seminole Street Monday that killed her ex-boyfriend's paralyzed mother, 53-year-old Tina Duro. They recently broke up. 2 others were injured in the fire.
She deliberated for at least 2 to 3 hours beforehand. She then decided she was going to go to a gas station, purchase 75 cents worth of gas.
Prosecuting attorney Tiana Livingston says Rig Maiden, with gas in hand, drove to the house and poured it on the couch on the front porch. Inside was the ex-boyfriend's mother, his uncle, and his uncle's fiance.
She did not call 911. Instead, as the house is burning with the people inside, she texted her ex-boyfriend and said, "Your house is on fire."
She says the uncle fled the home and his fiance jumped out of a second-story window and fractured her ankle when she landed on the ground.
The victim in this case, who I've already stated her limited mobility, was able to climb out of her room and made it to the stairway second floor landing, where her body was found burned.
Friday, Rig Maiden was charged with 1 count of felony murder and 2 counts of assault with intent to murder. Her bail was denied.
I don't think that any actions were meant to harm anyone but property, and unfortunately there were some deadly consequences here.
It's important to note that the ex-boyfriend was not in the house at the time of the fire, and the assistant prosecuting attorney says that the fire though was so intense that the house next door also caught fire as well. As for Rig Maiden, she's expected to return to court on June 10th for her probable cause, June 25th for a preliminary hearing. I'm Lauren Edwards in Detroit on The Edge.
A mangled car with its back nearly flattened after a police chase that ended in the driveway and front lawn of someone's house. This is over on Griner Street on Detroit's east side. We're told the chase started in Warren over a traffic violation. Police say officers stopped pursuing the SUV after about 5 minutes, but neighbors say they saw the vehicle flying down the street before hitting another SUV parked in the driveway. We're told nobody was hurt. It's not clear tonight if anybody was arrested.
A judge has ruled there's enough evidence for a Lenawee County man accused in the murder of his wife to stand trial. Dale Warner is accused of killing Dee Warner in April of 2021. That's when Dee went missing. Her body has never been found.
A trip to the grocery store takes a terrifying turn.
Yes, a woman gets assaulted at a Lincoln Park Meijer. The suspect is still out there. Lori Mulligan was about to get her in her car at the store on Dix Highway Wednesday night when someone dragged her to the ground. The suspect tried to steal her purse but only got away with part of the strap. The attack leaving bruises all over her body.
She proceeded to punch me in the head about 5 or 6 times. I was thinking I'm going to get away safely. I'm going to try to get away safely, you know, but she had the best of me a couple times.
By the time a Meijer employee realized what was going on, the attacker had driven off.
My baby is 9 years old. He's traumatized. He doesn't want to go to school. He's afraid to even get back on the bus. I just don't know what to do, but I cannot let this slide. I can't.
A Detroit mother furious after her 9-year-old son was left sleeping on a school bus for hours. She says his older brother found him around 9:30 Wednesday night after several frantic calls to his school. The police, even the bus driver himself.
The bus is used by Detroit Service Learning Academy, which says it will be reviewing its policies and procedures. It's not clear tonight if the bus driver is on leave or still on the job. All right, you know what? The weekend is upon us. That is great news. We're excited about that, but we do have some questions about the weather.
Well, we were hoping that the weather we had during the week might last in the weekend, but it's not looking like that, is it, Stephanie?
No, we do have that threat for a few showers. Temperatures do get a bit closer to seasonal, but I think in the grand scheme of things, we have dry hours to enjoy some of this nicer weather. We just have to dodge maybe a few lighter sprinkles or some lighter showers tomorrow afternoon. We'll get into timing in a little bit here. Today was a cool, it was breezy too. 71 degrees in Detroit, 69 in Lansing, 70 in the Mount Pleasant area. You notice that near Green Bay and Milwaukee, mid-70s, and I think that's where a lot of us are going to be heading into this weekend. So getting closer to the seasonal high. Quiet in Mount Clemens right now. A lot of us starting to slip closer to the 50-degree mark. 57 in Lansing, 56 in Mount Pleasant, 61 in Detroit right now. Luckily, winds are going to relax, and I think over the weekend, we're not necessarily looking at gusty wind conditions like yesterday or even like today. So subtle improvements. We do have that chance for a few showers, but it's not associated with this area of low pressure here that's really continuously been giving us that chance of rain. Right now, it's a little further west of us out near the Plain States. Decreasing clouds tonight. Temps will bottom out mid-50s. We'll see that as we head through about the 1-2 o'clock hour, and then we'll rebound nicely tomorrow. We'll increase cloud cover, though, late morning, early afternoon, and it's really not until about 2, 3, closer to, say, 4 o'clock when we start to increase rain chances. Daytime high highs will top out in the middle 70s. So we start off actually on a really bright note. So really nice start tomorrow. By 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow, we'll start to see cloud cover increase. Temperatures also, though, increasing as well. So it'll feel nice. We're not necessarily looking at any humid air in play. Just comfortable conditions, few stray showers taking us through the afternoon tomorrow. That'll clear out as we head through 10, 11 o'clock tomorrow evening. Overnight, mostly clear and quiet. And then there's that isolated rain chance heading into Sunday afternoon during the peak daytime heating hours between 3 to 4 o'clock. So if you're outside around that time, just be aware you could be dealing with a light sprinkle. And we start off Monday with a mostly cloudy sky. Otherwise this weekend, though, plenty of dry time outside. Temps will be in the middle 70s. And then later on next week, we'll see a bubble of much warmer air begin to move into the Ohio Valley and the Great Lakes. So temperatures will be well above the seasonal high by the end of next week. Most of us look to be in the 80s in the extended forecast. Daytime highs again towards the end of the week will be at about 80 degrees Wednesday and then low to middle 80s. By the end of next week. Don't forget, you can always get the latest forecast by checking the Fox 2 weather app. Download it for free in the App Store or Google Play.
It's going to take Detroit a little bit of a step out of where they usually go, come down to what they maybe cast off and see that, wait a minute, there's the nexus of a real future moment going on here.
Michigan Central Station opening to the public for the first time today, and it was filled with people excited to see the building's transformation up close.
Visitors will get to see relics from the past, including photos and other features that showcase the station's history. Self-guided tours will be available from June 21st to August 31st on Fridays and Saturdays. You can find more information on our website, fox2detroit.com. Well, dozens pound the pavement in Farmington Hills tonight to support a family who's really been through so much.
Yeah, the Cipriano Classic returned for the 13th year. The 5K was held at the YMCA in Farmington Hills. It's all in memory of Robert Cipriano, who was killed by his son in a brutal attack in 2012. His wife and other son left severely hurt. Proceeds from the race benefit the Cipriano Children's Trust.